there will be young people who never smoke, who take up vaping or pouches, okay? The question gets back to the counterfactual. What would they do in the absence of vaping or pouches? And the people who you would be concerned about would be the kids who would otherwise smoke. If these products weren't available, they would go on to become smokers because their parents smoke, because people around them smoke, and also because there are a large number of risk factors associated with smoking, psychosocial things to do with, their mental health, their prospects, their delinquency, those sort of things. Those are the things that drive nicotine uptake, not the availability of vapes or fancy packaging or anything like that. The second thing to get is to understand is the relative size of the adult market for nicotine and the young person's market for nicotine. Okay, it's totally dominated by adults. So in the UK, you have roughly, if you take the total of people who are smoking and vaping or doing both, you have about 18 times as many adults doing that as you have young people. Yet nearly all the focus is concentrated, all the public concern and focus is channeled into the small number of young people who are vaping. Vaping isn't that dangerous. It isn't that persistent for many young people. Many young people will experiment with it, and the people who persist with it are almost certainly going to be the people who would have otherwise been smokers, and for them it's beneficial. So you have with the young people, you have a small number of people involved. Most of what they're doing with vaping is of little consequence in public health terms. It's experimental. They'll stop fairly soon. There's no need to worry about it. Kids do things like that. They experiment with things. For the people who are using it more intensively and more permanently, they are the kids who would otherwise have been smokers. And for them, the vaping is beneficial. So you have to get that in context and then look where the public health problem is. It's in the UK, it's the 6 million people who are already smoking or smoking and vaping. And the challenge is to get them to move from smoking over to vaping or exclusive vaping use. That's what you're really trying to achieve from a public health point of view. That's where all the public health gains are. And if you make vaping more difficult or a worse experience because you're trying to protect youth, then you're going to get a cost in terms of the benefits to adults.